This is a STRATCOM info summary for the last week. The Russian operation in Sumy has failed. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said the invaders suffered heavy losses in this direction. He added that Russia lacks the strength to launch massive operation on the front line. This year, Russia focused its offensive on four main directions: Sumy, Novopavlivka, Pokrovsk and Zaporizhzhia. It also tries to complicate Ukraine's logistics and continues attack on energy facilities and railways. There are gains in Donetsk region. Since the start of the counteroffensive, Ukrainian troops liberated 160 square kilometers and 7 settlements. Another 170 square kilometers and 9 settlements were cleared of occupiers. Russian losses here reached more than 2,500 troops. President Zelenskyy announced this during his visit to Donetsk region. He met with soldiers involved in the Dobropilya counteroffensive and heard reports from Commander-in-Chief General Alexander Syrsky. Meanwhile, the Commander-in-Chief said Ukraine's defense forces have eliminated 305,630 Russian troops since the beginning of the year. They also destroyed 29,095 vehicles. General Syrsky added that the destruction of the enemy logistics continues. The enemy does not stop shelling civilian infrastructure. Over the past week, dozens of people were killed and hundreds injured. In Zaporizhzhia, on Tuesday night, Russians struck the city at least 10 times with Tornado-S rocket systems. 10 apartment blocks and 12 private houses were damaged. There were casualties. On another day, an FPV drone hit a passenger bus. In Poltava region, a drone hit a petrol station. The railway was shelled. On Thursday, Russian forces dropped an aerial bomb on a residential area in Kostiantynivka, Donetsk region. 4 apartment buildings were damaged and civilians were killed. This week, a Polish delegation arrived in Kyiv, led by the Minister of Defense. They will adopt Ukraine's experience in countering Russian drones, which sometimes enter Polish airspace. Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz met with Ukraine's Defense Minister Denis Shmyhal. This week, Ukraine's defense forces struck the Saratov oil refinery in Russia. Explosions and fires were reported at the site. The refinery produces more than 20 types of oil products, including petrol and diesel for the Russian army. The Volgograd oil refinery was also hit. Its operations have been stopped. It is the largest producer of fuel in Russia's southern federal district and also supplies the Russian military. Ukrainian special forces destroyed a Russian Buk-M3 air defense system in Zaporizhzhia region. It is worth at least $40 million. Troops from the 15th Separate Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade Black Forest destroyed a Buk-M2 system. Paratroopers from the 7th Rapid Response Corps hit a Russian TOS-1A Solntsepek heavy flamethrower near Pokrovsk with an FPV drone. In addition, Special Operations Forces targeted a logistics hub of Russia's 810th Marine Brigade in Kursk region. They destroyed storage facilities, ammunition depots and hidden weapon and equipment sites. Last week, Ukraine's parliament approved a law on the position of military ombudsman. This official will monitor the rights of servicemen, reservists and conscripts. Ukraine's defense minister called it another step towards justice, a stronger army and better defense capability. We will prevail, produced by the main communications directorate of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine!